Hello and welcome aboard the Bitcoin Express. My name is Chase. Let's get to it. Today's story coming out of Russia. There's a new law that would let police confiscate Bitcoin from 2021, and as the article reads, Russia is planning on creating legal statutes allowing the government to achieve the impossible confiscation of Bitcoin, as local financial news outlet RBC reported on November 7th, citing sources familiar with the matter. Russia's Interior Ministry will work with various state organs to draw up the plans, which could enter into law into 2021. Now, this article mentioned that it's not just specifically Bitcoin, but it can be other digital assets. So that could be XRP, Ethereum, Monero, or the 1,000 other digital assets that are available today. So just going back to that first sentence, it says achieve the impossible. And exactly that is what it is. It is impossible. You cannot confiscate Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Well, actually, there is a way. You can confiscate it from exchanges because exchanges are third parties. Government can shut down exchanges. They can put rules on exchanges, as we've already seen happening all over the world. But anyone that's been in digital currency or cryptocurrency for a long time, or anyone that's smart, would know that you need to hold it on your own private wallet. Remember, if it's not your keys, it's not your Bitcoin. Again, I'm going to repeat, if it's not your keys, it's not your Bitcoin. For those of you who might be unfamiliar with it, you can either hold your cryptocurrency in the trust of a third party, such as Coinbase or Binance, or you can hold it in your own private wallet that you and only you have access to. No one else has access to it. The only way they can is if you tell them the password or they put a gun to your head and force you to give it to them. So I could see Russia taking control of exchanges, but one of the reasons that they're saying they want to have these rules is due to the constant growth trend in crimes using virtual assets. So they're saying one of the reasons is because of criminals or cyber criminals using it. But it doesn't make sense again, because you think a cyber criminal is storing their cryptocurrency on an exchange? No, they're sending it from private wallet to another private wallet. And then people can ask the second question with that. Well, let's say they do send it from a private wallet to a private wallet. Doesn't the person receiving it, don't they have to convert it to fiat money or to US dollars, for example? Yeah, for most cryptocurrencies you do, because most cryptocurrencies don't really have any value. But with things such as Bitcoin, as you can see, it's been used and it's continuing to be used to buy actual things, cars, houses, boats, and so on. So let's say a criminal sends Bitcoin to another criminal, the one that receives it, he doesn't have to convert it. He can use it and he can go buy some other items or some other assets. I think that they just don't get it. Do they not understand how this works? Does the Russian government not understand what decentralized truly means? No one has control. You don't need a third-party app. You don't need an exchange to send it. You can send it directly from wallet to wallet. But after reading this whole thing, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm starting to think: do they actually hate it? Are they using cyber criminals as a scapegoat, or do they actually want to hold majority of the reserves for themselves? Because then, if you look at this other article, it talks about a government official from Russia reports that Russia expects to mine 20% of the world's Bitcoin. Corner 20% of the international market. So these two stories, they don't match up with each other. After looking through all of these things, I truly believe that Russia does understand the future and value of cryptocurrency, more specifically Bitcoin, and that's why they would like to, air quote, confiscate it. In the end of the day, it's a lose-lose for them, because cyber criminals and criminals, they don't follow rules. So if Russia put penalties on people, for example, jail time or fees, criminals aren't going to follow it anyway. Okay, And then you're going to talk about, what about law-abiding citizens? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of them will, if they needed to, if there was a penalty, if there was jail time, they would give their cryptocurrency to the government. But the crazy thing about today that we didn't have hundreds of years ago is that people can vote with their feet. People can simply pack up, hop on a plane, and move to another country. It's very possible. And especially people that are anticipating this, that are holding cryptocurrency, if they start seeing that this is actually serious, that this might actually happen, they're gonna get on their feet and they're gonna vote. They're gonna get up and leave the country. So I don't know how this is actually going to play out. You have many countries around the world that have been putting very strict rules on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, such as India and China, and it hasn't really done much because in the end of the day, it truly is decentralized, and it's very hard to control this. So my opinion is that Russia does understand the future and value of Bitcoin, and they would like to become the major holder of this currency. And I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you think that they actually are against it, or do you think they secretly love it? I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed the video today, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And again, I want to thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.